So, I'm sitting here with Shannon of Black Dahlia Murder and trying to get some answers. So, because it's kind of cold and we're outside, I'm gonna go straight in. According to most people, Ritual is your best album to date. What do you think?
Well, I would hope that a band would be most proud of their most recent work, considering that the idea is to evolve as a musician and a band, and write better songs, pay attention to what your fans actually like, on your records, and do more of that. So I think for us, I think we all feel like it's our best work today, and I think having the time under our belts with each other, being able to spend more time writing and touring with each other, what I mean? I think and getting older, I think a band becomes more mature and can put out a better record, better songs.
So, having been with the band since 2007 and being the longest standing drummer of the band, what do you think the future holds?
More of what we've been doing. I mean, I hope to see a steady incline. I mean, things have been going gradually better over the years, and all of our minds are blown. You know what I mean? That we could do so much and go so far with death metal. You know what I mean? Being that it's the market for it's smaller, and it's extreme music. I just want to see how far we can take it and how long we can do it. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing opportunity. So we want to just do more of what we've been doing, and hopefully keep all the fans happy, and keep touring and pushing the envelope, I guess.
And you're on the road again and in England again. How's it going with the touring?
It's really good. We haven't been able to come over here and do as many shows in the UK as we had liked in the past couple of years. It's not always our fault either. We don't book the shows, but it's just the way tours end up running. Sometimes when you're doing like a big European tour, for us it seemed like the UK was always like the last part of the tour, and it usually ended up being a handful of dates. And sometimes a lot of places get looked over and skipped and stuff, and we're that kind of band that we want to go to all the places in between too. We do it at home in the States. We go to all the funny little towns where there's small venues and there's not many people, but the people there are grateful because they don't always get the opportunity to make it to the big city to go to the bigger shows. So why not do it here too? So it's been fun. I like the UK a lot. I mean, it's so close. I mean, it's close yet far from America, but culturally it's less of a shock as the mainland is, so for us it's fun. There's no language barrier. We might get stuck up on some accents, but for the most part
I think people from different regions of England get stuck on the accents.
Oh, absolutely. But it's always nice. So I'm excited.
So how do the scene from the UK compare to the scene from the USA?
They're pretty similar, to be honest with you. The USA is so big, and the problem with America is there's too many bands. The scene is very oversaturated, and there's shows like every week. So a lot of people take that for granted and won't go. They won't go as often as they should because they're like, they feel like, well, the band will be back around in another couple months. I'll go see them then. As where I think outside of the U.S. people take it a little more seriously. Like it could be, well, what if they don't come back, or they haven't been here in like 2 years. I need to go. But the scene here I noticed is there's a lot of younger kids in the crowd. Kind of like in America, a lot of the younger crowds getting into metal nowadays, and like mainly in Europe, you're gonna get an older crowd, like a little bit older, like you get more of like the typical metalheads, with the long hair and the very militant, you know what I mean. But we love those kind of fans because they're loyal, you know what I mean, and we like that. But it's similar in a lot of ways. I feel like. Because the U.S. seems to be the melting pot for a lot of stuff that's going on nowadays, I feel like maybe the UK is like, not first in line to hear about it, Um, so sometimes I feel like they're catching, the UK's catching up as far as like what's happening in other places, but they've been really responsive to us over the years, so we love coming here.
So, are you going to do a festival run this summer in Europe?
Yes.
Where are you going?
I don't know all of the dates specifically, but there's been some that have been put up online already. And I didn't even really hear about them until I just happened to stumble across it, or somebody sent me a link saying, "Hey, you're playing this festival." I believe we're making an appearance at Wacken again, which we're all very, very excited about. And
It's Wacken.
well, yeah, that's like the most prestigious, festival you can be on if you're in a metal band. And I think we're doing Brutal Assault again, which is one of our favorites. We've done it a couple times now, and we love coming back and doing it. It's such a blast. They have so many killer underground bands on that we don't even get a chance to see ever unless we do these festivals. So it's a blast, and I don't know all the rest of them, but we always try to come back over, come August, to hit up some of the cool fests. So hopefully many more. I'm sure it'll be a couple weeks.
Have you guys started to write for the new album?
No. being that the new record just came out this past summer, I figure we probably won't start again until maybe this coming summer. Most of our writing always ends up happening when we're at home anyways, as opposed to like while we're touring. The guys seem to do better when they lock themselves away and record on their own, and I think it works best for everybody, but you never know. Sometimes people have some tricks up their sleeve and have some secret riffs.
Okay, and now let's get to slightly more personal stuff. Here's one. Do you still play guitar?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't play metal when I play guitar. I don't play an electric. I play acoustic when I'm in.
Yeah, but do you find it useful in helping to write music?
No, not for me. Not for the way we write. Because like I said, when I play at home, it's like not metal. It's like cowboy chords. You know what I mean? Like country style kind of stuff, just for fun. The way we write, you know what I mean? Brian and Ryan, the two guitar players, they do, all the writing and structuring, and then they put everything together and throw like drum machine ideas that they're hearing, and then they present it to everybody. That way, we're not all sitting around in a circle beating our head against the wall trying to come up with the next part. You know what I mean? Everyone can take their time, and so it really doesn't have any effect on the writing. It's because I don't even really get that much. I don't really get that many opportunities to play. I don't really get to play when I'm on tour, but I love playing music, so I'm always interested in picking up new instruments, which is more of like just a personal venture. You know what I mean? I just started playing banjo recently, so that's my own personal. I got to learn something new. Kind of thing. Usually, when I come off tour, we tour so much and I play drums so much, I don't even want to play when I come home. I want to play something different.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask you is what drum setup, what kit do you use for touring?
Well, I have a couple different ones. They're all Tama. In the States, I have a Star Classic Birch Babinga that I take out on the road. And I use like a rack system because I'm no good with stands. And the way I position everything, it would be impossible with stands. But it's not too crazy. It's I use like little drums. I like small drums, like 20-inch kick drums. Just to be quick about it, I'll run through my toms like 8, 10, 12, and then a 16-inch floor. The snare is my favorite snare on the planet. It's a Star Classic Copper. It's a 14-inch. So that has like a great impact on the sound live for me at least. In Europe, I have my own kit that goes into storage when I'm gone, and it's another Star Classic. It's an older kit. It's actually more of a hybrid because it's mostly Star Classic components, but the shells were from an older line that they don't make anymore. But when I cleaned them up and sent them over here, I put all Star Classic everything on them. And it's the same dimensions, 20-inch kick, 8-10-12, same snare, rack setup, and that goes into storage here when I'm gone. And then I have yet another Star Classic Birch Bavinga at home that I practice on that I used to tour with for like the Nocturnal and the Deflagrate record.
A lot of people regard you as one of the most promising extreme metal drummers, and I do remember there being a discussion about you not wanting to do clinics.
Yeah. Well, I think what it comes down to is I've never been one interested in being, having all eyes on me. You know what I mean? Like, which I think is why I play drums, because, I mean, even though in it seems in extreme music, most of the eyes are on the drummer. I'm not the front man, and I'm not the guitar player, so I'm behind them. And I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem speaking. Like I can speak in front of groups of people and stuff like that. But as far as performing on my own, I'm not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I've done one, and it was a great experience. And there's talk of me doing more in the future, which I'm gonna try to force myself to do. Because in my eyes, there are guys in the extreme metal drumming world that do clinics that I feel would do them better than me, or would say things that I would already say, or maybe they'll say it better. Guys that I look up to, or guys that I respect as drummers, and some of them have even told me firsthand, well, it's not necessarily about that, it's about your fans liking your band. They want to see you play and want to hear what you have to say, and I can appreciate that. Another thing of it is like I've never been one to like seek out attention. Like I'm flattered when people know who I am, or if people really like my drumming or are influenced by it. But I don't seek that out. I don't care to be famous or of any sort. You know what I mean? As famous as a metal band could be. I choose to live. I'm a normal person, just like everybody else, just like every one of our fans. You know what I mean? I geek out on things like they do and like bands that they like, and I don't know. I guess I don't see myself as anyone special, so I've never been that interested in putting myself in this, like a pedestal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm flattered if people want me to do a clinic, but and it may happen and more in the future, but I don't know if that makes any sense.